Hello, YouTube. Let me adjust my camera here. Hello. Anyone there? Hello, I'll give it a few minutes for you guys to join me on YouTube. Hello. Hello, YouTube. I'm going to give it a few minutes to see if someone will join me. We are live. 2 people. Make a comment there so that I can know that you're there. Hello. Hello, 2 people. I'm going to give it a few minutes to see we have someone. Hello, 1 person watching there. I'll give it 4 minutes. Two people. I'm gonna give it like 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, I'm gonna start with the session. We are gonna talk about questions that have been asked by my viewers. 3 people. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Charities Bubble USA, your #1 channel. Ruth Ndegwa, Charity Listening. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Charities Bubble USA, your #1 channel, where we talk about the green card. Waiting for people to join me. I can see Ruth Ndegwa has joined me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Just type there and say hi. Say hi there. Two minutes. 1 more minute and we will start with the session. We are going to talk about the green card questions that you have asked, and I have seen overwhelming support. I'm trying to call people here. Hello, Nancy Njoki. Hi, Charity. I'm fine. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us, Nancy Njoki. And Ruth Ndegwa is very punctual. 6 people watching. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, I'm going to start with the session, and I am going to answer questions. I have seen overwhelming support from each and everybody. Nancy Njoki, and I see I only have a few seconds, actually less than 15 seconds, and we are going to start this session where we are going to answer, I'm going to answer questions. Mr. Kato, hi ma'am, how are you doing? I like putting people on my screen. Ruth Ndegwa, hi Charity Listening. Nancy Njoki, hi Charity. Akuya Charity, I hope I hope I mentioned your name nicely. That's my namesake. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Kato, hi ma'am, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us. Ruth Blessings, hi ma'am, thank you for joining us. So today I have good news. My heart is filled with joy. Today my heart is filled with joy because when I woke up in the morning, we had reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for helping me reach that milestone. I don't know how much I can thank you. I can just only sit here and just share the joy that I am feeling this morning. It's 10:39 a.m. here in the US. I believe it's 7 something, maybe 7:39 in Kenya. So because we have different a difference of hours. 10 people are watching me, and I think we can proceed. So like I said, I just want to start this session by thanking each and everyone. Saudi Pesa is watching from Saudi. Epic Force TV, new subscriber, yeah, YouTube. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Like I said, today is a big celebration, 1,000 subscribers. Yay, thank you for your overwhelming support. Now, in this session, I normally come here live to answer your questions so that you can see me and so that we can have an interaction, and this is the best time for you to ask any question that you want. Nancy Njoki, 6:39 p.m. ma'am. So I'm on 6:39 p.m. So I stand for AM here in the morning, so I believe now it's going in the evening in Kenya. Now, Karen in Kiroto, hi Karen Nikrote, tuned in from Saudi. Thank you for joining me. So my name is Charity Nganga. I like to introduce myself, and I live here in the US, and my channel's name is Charity's Bubble USA. Like I said, today we are celebrating 1,000 subscribers, and I know that you will help me to go to 5,000. I told you that here the limit is very high. We are aiming for 1 million, and I know that we will get there. But every journey starts with one step, and that one step of 1,000 subscribers is here. So thank you. Let me just acknowledge some more people here. Claudia Amor from Accra, Ghana, thank you for joining us. Nancy Njoki, Karen Nikorote, Mr. Kato again, Saudi Pesa, congratulations Charity, more subscribers coming. Thank you. Also, like I said, I live here in the US. I've been here for 7 years now, and I came here with a green card, and I live here with my family. And that is why I am so passionate about talking about the green card, because I know that anybody can win the green card. Anybody can win the green card, and we are approaching that season. We do not have the date yet, but I am looking at the website. Actually, when I am off air, I'm gonna go look at the website and see if the date is there, and if it's there, I will go back and I will let you know as soon as the date is there for us to start doing applying for the green card. I'm gonna let you guys know. So Karen Ikrota is saying, keep going, good job. Ruth Ndego is saying, can one take a passport with plaited hair as long as the ears are visible? Yes, you can. You can take a passport with plaited hair. It doesn't matter. What they want to know is, like, they want to look and see your face. You know what I mean? Just see your face and make sure that they can see your eyes and they can see all everything. Okay. Duke World Media, hi Charity, thanks for the info you are always giving out. So thank you for joining on. Kismat Isa, I have to acknowledge this one. This is my sister. This is my real sister. I only have one sister, and she lives in Mombasa. So thank you, Faith. Her name is Kismat Isa, but I call her Faith. She's my little sister, and thank you for my dear for joining me in this session. I never lack. Do the 5, do the 5, do the 5, do the 5, do the 5. From Mweki Kasarani, see you soon. I'm coming to US by green card. I'm gonna win it. Good vibes. Keep moving. May God protect you. And thank you for joining me in this session. Now, I have had so many questions. And that is why we are here, because we are going to answer the questions. And if you have any question there, I can see 15 people are watching me. Today is the 25th of September, 5 days to go. We still do not have the date, but as soon as the date is announced, I am gonna let you know about it. Now, Benedict Ikapel, hi Charity, thanks so much for your help. We will join you next year, September. Yes, I know you will. Davis Dashana, my #1 champion there. He's always there in every live that I do. So thank you, Julia. Hi, you are doing a great job. Now, Let us go to the questions. I'm gonna start with the WhatsApp group, and then I'm gonna go to YouTube, because the questions are many. The questions have been many. So let me start with let me scroll here. So kindly, this one is my in the WhatsApp group. Kindly, can someone answer me, if you're not planning to travel with your spouse and you fill this his information in the DS-260, will he also be required to do the medical interview since you are relocating with them? Now, the green card rules are plain and simple. They are very plain and simple. That excuse me just for a minute. Give me a minute. I'm trying to adjust my light over there. So the green card rules are simple. Now, if you have a family, if you are married, if you have kids, they must be included in your application. Now, if they were in your first application, they must be included in your DS-260. Okay? If they are in your DS-260, everybody will be going for the medical and everybody will be going for the interview. Why am I saying that? Because their rules require you to include each and every person that you listed. Because if you have a family, they do not expect you to leave your family behind. They expect everybody in the family to be included. So those could be grounds for you to be denied your visa, and you don't want that to happen. So kindly make sure that you are including each and everybody. So if they go to the embassy and they decide that they don't want to travel to the US, that's fine. That's fine. But if you still feel like they really don't want to do, you have to write to the Department of State. You email them or you send them a letter and ask them that question, because they will answer you that question. But please do not omit anybody on the DS-260 if you had filled them out in your first application. Now, for separated couples not to join each other, like I said, if you are separated, that means that you had been married and you have a legal separation from the court. Now, if you have that, when you are filling out your application, then you will not state that you are married, you will state that you are separated. But in your DS-260, because you still continue saying that you are separated, you must produce proof of separation. Because separation comes after a marriage. And it is done in the court. So make sure that you have the supporting documentation to show that you are separated. So that is a very very important question. Let me see, there was another question here. In case you are legally married and you have no evidence of divorce or separation, you just write married. So my worry is, if you apply and your spouse handy, I think I have applied that. I think I have applied that, and I said you write to the Department of State so that they can help you. Let me acknowledge some more people here. Emelda, must I have children photos during the applications? Yes, you must have the children passports, and there is a video that I did about the children's photos. So watch that video and see how the baby is. You're supposed to put the baby on a flat sheet of paper and make sure that you're taking the whole face. So please, you have to have that. You have to have your photo, and you have to have their dad's photo. That is Emelda's question that I am answering. And if you are the primary applicant, if you are the primary applicant, make sure that you have a current passport, because they will require you to have a current passport when you are doing your application. Sarah Hilda is from Uganda. Thank you, Charity. Imagine Kenya TV, I knew you would be here. Thank you for joining me. Congratulations, Charity, for 100 subscribers. Oh, thank you. I'm always excited about my subscribers. Esther Katuko, hi, Charity. So we are in this session and we are answering questions about the questions that you have asked me. They are many. Let me see if there is another one. So let me see. So, does the medical come before the interview? Yeah, for this specific one, for the diversity visa, it comes before you go for your interview. It comes before you go for your interview. So, and that is why I said, after you fill out the DS-260, when you receive the email, you will have to go to book for a medical appointment. And when you call them, please specify that you are needing a medical appointment for the diversity visa, because they want to schedule your appointment closer to your interview day. Like I said, we went for our medicals on a Thursday, and our visa appointment was on a Tuesday. So you have to make sure that you specify, because there are many. And why I am saying that there are many visas that you can get, let me give you an example. I invited my mom to come here in the US, and what happened is that she went for the interview first. After she was interviewed and she got the visa is when she went for the medical. So green card is very different. You go for the medical before, and after you have gotten your visa, after you have done your medical is when you go for your appointment. But the others, like that one I had invited my mother, that's a visitor's visa. She had to go for the appointment first. She was given the visa, and then is when she went for her medical appointment. So that is a very, very, very good question there. Now, let me see if I have a question here online. So Pixel Production is tuned in. Thank you for joining me. Esther Katuko, my kid's birth certificate has the father's name, but we are not legally married. I am single. He moved on. How do I explain this? Do I need consent for him? You know, when it comes to kids, you know, kids are very sensitive. And let me see. The has the father's name. So had you been legally married? That's the thing. Had you been legally married to your spouse? Because if you had been legally married and you have a marriage certificate, that man counts. But if the kids have the father's name and you had not been married, then you need consent from the dad to show that he is not in the picture. You need to go. I know we have some children's departments, children courts, where you can go and ask for advice so that they can let you know, because they will want to know, because they don't know you as the father moved on. Yes, I can understand that, but you have to show proof that that dad is not in the picture, because here they do like how they do here in the US. You find that here in the US what happens is that if you have a child with someone, that person is accountable for that child. It doesn't matter at what age they are. Actually, they have to pay child support. The dad is always, you find that there are some families, the woman has moved on and the man has moved on, but that man is still taking care of the kids. So it's very important for you to have something to show that you are the legal guardian of those kids, and the dad is in the picture. But you have to have that in writing. So that's a very, very important questions there. So Nyonzima Alex, hi Charity, I have 3 names on my passport, but my high school certificate has 2 names. It doesn't have any impact in filling the DV lottery forms. I'm Alex from Uganda. So thank you for joining us, Alex. Now, that question, your passport is different and your high school certificate has 2 names. You need an affidavit. So first of all, when you're doing your application, use the name on your passport. Use the name of your passport, because that is what is current, and that is why they are saying they need a current passport. Okay, so when you use the name that is on your passport, then you will need an affidavit when you win your green card. You will need an affidavit to show that all those names are yours. Now, what an affidavit does, let me explain a little bit about an affidavit. It is something that you get from an advocate or a lawyer, and it has all your names, all the names that you have in your documents, and they say that that person is the same. Those names, it is the same person. So you must have that one, because if you take documents with different names in the embassy, they are not gonna acknowledge that you are the same person. So you have that one. You must get an affidavit for you to support those names. And like I said, my names were my ID had a different name, and my my ID was different, my birth certificate, my KCSE was certificate. I had the same problem. So I only went with an affidavit and I was fine. And actually, I didn't have even to change my wrong name because my name was wrong in my ID, and that is the same one that they put in my passport. I changed my name to correct when I came to the US and I became a citizen, because they gave me a chance to change my name and I didn't have to pay anything. So I took that advantage and I changed my name. So as long as you have an affidavit, you should not worry about that. And like I said, today it's a celebration day. We are celebrating 1,000 subscribers on Charities Bubble USA, your #1 channel. So I am happy about that milestone, and like I said, we are aiming for 1 million. We will get there. I like to aim high, and like whatever I do, I never fail in what I do. So I know that you guys are going to support me. You're going to call your friends to come and subscribe. You're going to call your family members, and I know in just a short while we will get there. So thank you for that. So this one is saying, hello, I see your question and I appreciate them. We have a time difference of 9 hours. So sometimes when you write, I am either sleeping or at work. But I will, yeah, so if you miss my question, if when I am typing, especially in the WhatsApp or whatever, you still see it. So it doesn't matter if I am online or I am not online. So let me look at some of the questions on YouTube. I'm going to look at my phone here because like I told you, I do not know how to maneuver my computer and my phone and to be on the same page. So I don't want to confuse myself here. So let me go to comments here and see what people have said. Good morning, mommy. Please, I am a winner of DV lottery, but my passport is lost and I don't have a photocopy of the lost passport, and I have done a new one with a police report and affidavits. Is it going to affect me during my interview day? Thank you. No, it's not going to affect you in your interview day as long as you have supporting documentation as to why you changed your passport. So if you lost your passport, of course you went and reported, right? And you got a note that you had reported, and then when you went to apply your passport, that note, you went with it to apply for your passport, and they used that note so that they could replace your passport. So please carry all those documents, take them for your interview and give them to the consular, and you will not have any problem, because you follow, if you have followed the right procedure and you have supporting documentation, it's okay. What they do not want is word of mouth. And like I said, here in the US, it's very different, very, very different, because you cannot just say something by mouth and you expect that they are going to believe you. No. And I am saying, like, for example, like right now I am a US citizen and I have children that I had to go and get their passports. I told you a story, and I'm going to repeat it, that when I went to get the passports for my daughters, and they are US citizens, because my 2 last girls were born here in the US. My youngest one, I had her original birth certificate, but the other one, I carried the photocopy. They did not agree the photocopy. I had to go back home and get the original and take it to them so that they could give her an American passport. So it is the same thing when you're going to the American embassy in Nairobi or wherever. They will require you to have the original stuff. So if you don't have that, then make sure that you have supporting documentation. It's very important, because I couldn't get my daughter's passport because I did not have supporting documentation, real supporting documentation, to show that she was born in the US. They know that she was born in the US, yes, but they need that proof. So you must have supporting documentation to show that you had lost your passport and you had it replaced. So you will not have a problem with that. Let me see another question. So what is the official website for DV lottery? It is travel.state.gov, travel.state.gov. It must have a gov at the end. It is a government website, but like I said, the date has not been announced. I know it's the 25th. You have 5 days to go to October, and people are asking and asking, but they haven't announced the date. But as soon as they announce, I'll come here and I'll let you know. I haven't even looked at that website in the morning. I just woke up, and then I was like, I need to go live so that I can talk to my people. So let me acknowledge some more people here who have joined us. I can see that one people are watching me. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Let me see. Let me see. David Dashana is saying great job, keep it up. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, Bernadine Ikapel. I'm gonna answer that question, but let me acknowledge some people. Emelda Otieno Prosper, Agbeko, Rami Bali, thank you for joining us. So let us read this question. Please, Charity, explain more about the photo that is used, because I am in Busia and I fear the photographers here might not get me the right passport photo. Now, that your photo, and I need you to go and watch that video that I said about the correct photo. It is there. It is the I think it's the second from the last one that I uploaded. Go read that one. It explains about the website. Actually, I pulled up, I'm not able to pull out the website right now here, but it pulled out the website and I showed you the right measurements. That picture has to be a 2x2. And I'm just going to give an overview of what I said. You cannot wear glasses when you're taking that photo. You cannot have the earphones. You know those earphones that people put for music? You cannot put those ones on. You cannot have your face like hidden. With, like, you see the way my style is here. I'm covering my face with the hair. You cannot have your face has to be exposed. Now your photo must not have a shadow. Like it must not have a shadow. And you see, like my background here, it has flowers. This is a wrong background. Your background must be white, a white background or an off-white background, and your photo must be current. 6 months is the oldest photo that you should submit there. So that's very important, and please go watch that video. It has details on how to do it and you will not miss it. Now they want you to have someone to use a digital camera. So go to those, you know, those high-tech photographers. Don't just go to any photographer. Go to those high-tech photographers and they will do it to you. They will do it for you. Just explain, because they know how to do it. Like I said, ours, we took it in Village Market. I do not want you to travel all the way from Busia to go to Village Market if you have not won the green card. But I believe in town there must be those people who are doing very nice digital photos, and if you explain the one that you want, they will give you the right one. So I hope that you're clear on that. So Emelda Otieno, only 900k subscribers, hit the 1 million. Yeah, we will get there. Thank you. I like positivity. I live a life of being positive. And that positivity has taken me very far. Like I said, when I left Kenya, I used to train people in hair and beauty, and I used to have students, and I put a lot of effort in the work that I was doing. When I came here, I had 2 kids and I went to school. I went to school with kids the same age of my son, but that did not stop me from going to school. I went to school and now I am a nurse. I have practiced nursing here in the US for 2.5 years since I came, and I am still going on. I'm still gonna go to school. So whatever that you do in your life, always have positivity. Be positive in whatever that you're doing. Keep effort. Wake up early in the morning. That small business, talk about it to your friends, tell everybody, and you'll see if you have that positive attitude in your life, that's how you get there. So thank you for that compliment about 1 million. We'll get there. So which year did you win the green card? I won my green card in 2014. Rami Bali, thank you for that question. I won that my green card in 2014. We processed in 2015. We got the letter that we got to go to the embassy was in 2015, end of January. We went for our interview on April 24th, and we were in the US in May 20th. So our first day in the US was May 20th. So since that day, it's been 7 years since we've been here. So let me follow you. I like your energy and enthusiasm. Yes, we need you know we are living in uncertain times, and unless we are positive in whatever that we are doing, we are not going to succeed. So it doesn't matter where you are. I know you can succeed. So keep on being positive, keep on applying the green card. Even if you fail, go next time, because it comes every year, and apply, because you never know. Like I said, I wasn't in my family, we didn't have anybody in the US. I didn't know anybody. Actually, the only people that I knew that were in the US were the people we went to high school with, and we had lost communication. I used to live in Kayole Estate. I didn't live in those high-tech places. No, I was just a regular person, and now I am here. So have that positivity in your life, and I know that you will go far. So that's very, very important. Now, all my documents have a surname with a letter E at the end, but my high school certificate has a letter I. What am I supposed to do? Just get an affidavit. I don't think that they won't charge you so much to get an affidavit for that E, so that, because an E and I, those are different letters, and you will need to show proof. So when is the official date to start applying for the DV23? The official date has not been announced. As soon as it is announced, I am going to let you know. And like that is Fahad Awadh Al Saudy. Now, and that is because in my own thinking, you see, the way COVID came, everything was delayed. I remember when COVID came, my mom was here with me, and she was scheduled to travel back in Kenya after 6 months. She ended up staying here for a whole year because the airports had closed and everything had closed. And I think maybe that is why the delay. But I've been looking at the website. I didn't look this morning, but I will look. As soon as they announce, and they have said in their website that the DV 2023 will be highly publicized. So as soon as that date is announced, believe me, I will let you know about the date. So that's a very, very important question. So there's a person here who asked me, I'm reading the comments in YouTube now. Hi sis, what's the official website for DV lottery? It's travel.state.gov. But when you go there, you are not going to find the whatever. You are not going to find excuse me for a minute. You're not going to find the date because it's not there yet, but as soon as it's there, I'm gonna let you know. I keep on I keep on moving here to adjust my light. Now let's see if we have another one. So we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. That's for the info. Yeah, we got there to 1,000. Is the old passport valid to travel with? The old passport, as long as it's current. What they want is that the date on your passport is current. It says that it is not going to expire within it is not expired at that time, or it's not gonna expire within the time frame. But if it expires, it has to be current at that time. But if it expires before you are through with the whole process, you replace it, you have to have supporting documentation to show why you replaced your passport. So that's not gonna be a problem. Now, so can I use the same picture to apply as principal applicant and also minor applicant, or it has to be different pictures taken on different ways? Now, there is no major applicant and there is no minor applicant. This question was asked by Claudia Amoa. Now, a primary applicant is the first person whose name appears on the form, on the application form. The first person. So if it is your name, you are the first applicant. Now the other people, your wife and your kids, they are called the derivatives. So there is no minor applicant. Now it doesn't matter the photo that you use. So if you're the first applicant and you've put a photo there and your husband and your kids, it's okay. And then if your husband decides to apply separately, because I said couples can apply separately. They can apply separately, and that is what we did. I had mine, my husband and my kids, and my husband had his and me and the kids. It is okay. We use the same photos and there was no problem there, because those are family, those are different people. Those are different people. So there is not going to be a problem there. But the photo has to be the required one. It has to be the right one. And I have said about the details of the photo. Another thing that I am going to talk about, that question will be asked so much: if you did a traditional marriage, and what are you supposed to say there, and you don't have the legal document. Now we have our own traditions, and like for example in Kenya, that before you go to do a white wedding or to legalize that wedding, you need consent from your parents. You're not just gonna, here in the US, what happens is that when people fall in love and they want to get married, they just get married. There is not that process of like the dowry and all that. But in our country, we have to go through these processes. We have to do all that stuff so that we get permission or consent from our parents so that we can do that white wedding, that legalized wedding. Now, and some of us, you cannot even go for the DC one if your parents have not agreed, because you know all that stuff about dowry. Now that is our traditional way, and we are not going to stop being traditional because we are filling out the green card. We are not going to do that. Now, when I won my green card, we had been married the traditional way, and we didn't have that marriage certificate. So what we did after we got it is when we went to our church, and we didn't even do a wedding. We went during second mass. We had just talked to the priest, and our marriage was legalized, and we got a marriage certificate. Now, it doesn't matter. If you have done your traditional wedding, and you are with your wife, and you are with your kids, you will indicate there that you are married. You will indicate there that you are married. After you win your green card, here I don't like saying if, I say after, because I believe that you will. After you win your green card and you see that you have been selected, go and do legalize your marriage. That is what I can say. But if you have money right now to legalize your marriage, then it's okay. It's no problem. But because of our traditions, we have our traditions. We are not going to forget our traditions because we have filled out the green card. It is just something that we are trying to do. But if you win the green card, you can always legalize your marriage. Why? Because there is evidence. You have kids. Even if you don't have kids, there are those things that you have done together when you are married as a couple that can be evidence that you had been married. So I am saying that do not worry. If you have that traditional marriage, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. We are not going to change our traditions. We are going to just be normal people, regular people. And I said the people in the consulars, the people in the American embassy, they are human beings. You only need to have courage to go and talk to someone. You only need, like I said, the American way. Here I'm going to teach you the American way. When you are talking to an American, they want you to look at them face eye to eye. Don't look down. Don't look on the side. Look them eye to eye. They believe that the eyes are the window of the heart. So when you're going for that interview, it doesn't matter if it's the green card or it's the student visa or whatever that you're going for. Make sure that you have that courage. Look at that person. First of all, go there and you are well composed. You are not sweating. You're not shaking. Go there and say, good morning, ma'am, good morning, madam, good morning, sir, and make sure that you're making eye contact. And then explain. Explain to them, we had been married traditionally for this time, but when we won the green card, we didn't have that one because we had to do the traditional marriage first. That's what comes first. But we legalized our marriage in case that question comes up. Okay? But do not feel out that you are single if you have your wife and your children. So I hope that we are clear on that. Another thing that I am going to talk about is, I know that, and here I'm going to talk about the things that are happening. If in Kenya, men are allowed to marry many wives. It's okay because they see that it's okay. But here in the US, nothing like that. So if you have many wives and you want to fill the green card, make sure that you only select the wife that you want. I don't know how you select. I don't know how you select, but select the one that you want, just one, and put her in your application. Now, if you have 4 wives or 5 wives, now your wives, they can apply each on their own and put you. So if you have 5 wives, then you have 5 chances if all of them win the green card. So if you are in a polygamous marriage and you have those so many wives, you only put one. But your wives, they can claim you as their husband because you are their spouse. So that's another thing that that came into my mind that I wanted to talk about. Let me see. That one was asking which year I won the green card. So does one carry passport photos to the interview in case you win? Are they the same as you uploaded while filing the form? Now, they might not be different as long as you take photos that are whatever. But just do this to save yourself money, right? When you go for that passport, why don't you make them have many copies, like 4 copies? Because when you go for your medical, they will require you to have a passport, and when you go for your interview, they will require that they will, you will give some passport photos. So why don't you just take many copies? You do the application with one, you store the other ones, and then when you win, you can still use the same ones. It's okay to do that. Now, what about the affidavit? Can it work in the place of marriage certificate? No, it cannot. But I don't know if you're saying if both of them if it can replace the marriage certificate. No, it cannot. It cannot replace the marriage certificate. But if you are asking if your name is in your dad's name and the marriage certificate has a different name, maybe you decided to change your husband's name, then that's a different case. But an affidavit, basically, and I explained that, is that an affidavit supports your names, all your names. It supports your names, but you always need a marriage certificate if you have been married to your spouse. Helen Moregi, hey Charity, good, keep it up. Thank you for that. Stella Miranda, I was waiting for you to come. Thank you. That's a good friend of mine. She's the godmother to my daughter. Thank you for joining me. Let me see if I have another question here. Let me see. Keep the questions coming. Let me see if I have any more questions. I'm trying to look here. So I talked about the traditional marriage. I don't know about that one. Ati Charity, hapo kwa picha kuna mambo, please, cause huna ya 6 months. No, it has to be current. 6 months current 6 months. Okay, hello, if I may ask, as I have work experience for 3 years in Qatar and still working in Qatar. My question is that, can I apply over here without going back to Kenya? Yes, you can apply over there without going back to Kenya. And if you have your family in Kenya, please include them. And if you win your green card and you're still in Qatar, you have to go to Kenya to process it. Okay? And in the application, there is going to ask you your country of birth. You will indicate there where you are born. And it is going to have another question that is going to ask you the country of residence. The country of residence is where you reside or where you live. Okay? So make sure that you do not confuse those questions, because there are some people who are born in Kenya, but they are not there anymore. They have moved out. So make sure that you are able to indicate and to differentiate that question. There's another question here. How can someone go about the step kids whose mom doesn't allow you to be when applying for the DV? So Helen Morege, so these stepchildren, are they for a co-wife, or what are they for? Because the green card lottery expects you to put your natural kids, your stepchildren, and your adopted children. It requires you to do that. You have to indicate. Now, what I would do, I would put all the kids. If I am in a marriage that it has many wives and there are kids there, those are my stepchildren. See what I mean? Or if my husband had other kids outside the marriage, those are stepchildren. Or if it's a man and the wife had other kids outside the marriage, those are stepchildren. Indicate them there. Their parent can write a paper and say that they don't want their kids to travel. But if those stepkids are linked to you, they are linked to you in a way. So there is no way that you're going to say that you're not going to put them there, because they require you to do that. So it's very important for you to that. So, and then their parent can then say that they don't want them to go, especially if it's a marriage of it's 2 wives and those stepchildren, and then your husband is involved there. So it's good the safest thing is to put them there. If the one parent refuses and they have consent with the other one that they don't want the kids to travel, it's okay, because the parents will have the part. The bad thing is if you do not indicate them and the embassy finds out that you had stepkids that you did not indicate, they will deny you the visa. So give all the information. What they want is that you give all the information. It's like a lawyer. You know, when you hire a lawyer, Let's assume you have hired a lawyer for a certain thing. You, even if you did that thing and you want to deny it, you have to tell your lawyer everything, right? So that the lawyer can know how to defend you. So it's the same thing. So give all what you have, your children, your stepchildren, your everything, and then if the parents who are involved with those kids do not want them to travel, then they can always say that, and that would be better, instead of you have not put them and it arises that those stepkids were mentioned somewhere. That one would make them to deny your visa. So that's a very, very important question. Now, Saudi Pesa. Hi, my husband has that. For me, my husband and my daughter are HIV positive. For me and my 3 children, we are negatives. Can I include them in my green card application? Now, this is a very sensitive question, but since you put it on the forum, I am going to talk about it. But I'm what I know medically, and I'm going to say medically as a nurse, because like I said, I practice nursing here in the US. You are not supposed to discriminate anybody because of disease. You are not supposed to discriminate anybody because they have a certain disease, because they have a disability, because they have any deformity. You are not supposed to. Even here in the US, you can't discriminate anybody because they have a certain disease. Now, when you go for your medical, they will let you know. The professional there, they are medical professionals, but please indicate them. You cannot say that you are not going to indicate them because they have a certain disease. That they would say that is discrimination, and that would be grounds for you to be denied your visa. So if it is your husband, if it is your wife, and they have, that is just an accident that happened to them, you have to include them. That is your family. Having that disease doesn't mean that they change. They are still your family members. They are still they still deserve a place on the table. So put them there, okay? Put them there, and of course there is no place that is going to tell you to indicate that what the disease that they are having. No, there is no place. So just include your family. It does not matter, even if they are in a wheelchair. Indicate them there on your put them there. Give them a spot. If it's your child, if it's your spouse, put them there. They do not discriminate against diseases. So when you go for your medical, they will decide. But here in the US, I am telling you about here in the US, nobody is discriminated. Actually, you know, you will go to a store in the supermarket, they call them stores, and you find someone is in a wheelchair and they are working. They are working. Now, like right now, I am a nurse. If I had something happened to me, I had an accident or anything happened, they will not fire me for my job because I maybe I'm in a wheelchair or what. No, they will give me a job that will accommodate. I can still go to work. I am still useful to the society, despite my disability. So that should not worry you. It does not matter whether a person is disabled or whatever. Make sure that you indicate them there. So let them decide on them, but do not you know I've watched the stories of family members who have kids who are sick, or maybe they have mental issues, and they have hid them in the house. They lock them in the house so that they cannot be seen by people. Now, we do not do that here in the US, and we should not even be doing that at this. So if you have a family member who has any problem, please indicate them there and go from there. Do not leave anybody behind. So because we said we are not going to leave anybody behind when we are filling out the green card. Everybody will be involved and will be acknowledged, and we are going to put everyone who is there. So that's a very, very important question that you asked them. So hi Bubbles, congratulations. 1,000 subs. Thank you, the chocolate factory hunter. This one calls me Bubbles. Thank you for that question. Let me see, Edith Nyaga. Now this one I have to. This is my best friend. This is my best friend here in the US. I've known her now for 7 years, and oh my goodness, she's a wonderful woman, and she's a nurse. She's been practicing her nursing more than 25 years now. I think 25 years now. And you know, I'm gonna bring her to this show so that she can tell us about nursing. So Edith, I know you're listening, and I will bring you here on Charities Bubble so that you can tell them when you come here to the US how to go to nursing school or how to do a career, because she has been practicing her nursing. She's qualified, she's a professional. So that's a very good friend of mine there who is acknowledging me, and thank you for joining us, Edith. So like I said, today is a happy day. 1,000 subscribers, and we said that we are on the road to 1 million, and every journey starts with one step, and I know that we will get there. Now, let me see if there's another question here. I talked about the old passport. I'm working in Qatar. I talked about this one about Qatar. I said do the application where you are, include your family, and make sure that when you win, you go home to process. Let me see. Greetings from Nigeria. Please also talk about visitors visa and conference more. Now, the visitors visa, I'm just going to talk a little bit about that because I had to invite my mother for a visitor to come here and become a visitor. Now, when I went to nursing school, there was graduation. When let me go, because I think this is important. The first time I invited my mother, I just invited her to come and visit me because I had had a baby. But when she went to the embassy, she wasn't given the visa. They didn't give her the visa. They told her to try again, and it is not that she had done anything wrong, but they told her to try again. So you can invite a person, because I have invited another friend of mine, and she went to the embassy and she wasn't given. So it is normal for them to not give you a visa. Maybe at that time, maybe they did not have available ones, or whatever reason that they gave her, she didn't get the visa. But I went to school, and when I was graduating, I sent her a letter. So that letter, I had gotten it from school. I called our dean, and she gave me a letter from the school, and I sent it to my mother. When I sent that letter to my mother, so she booked an appointment to go to the American embassy, and then when she booked an appointment, they gave her the date. Normally, when you want to book an appointment, if you're going for a visitor, you go there to their website, you will see the dates are there, the dates that the appointments are available. But you see, she had that paper that I had sent to her for the invitation to come for my graduation. So she went, and when she went, this time when she went with that paper, that invitation, she was given the visa. And she was able to travel to come to the US. Actually, she was given a visa for 5 years. So that is the much that I can tell you for now about the visitor's visa, that you have to have someone inviting you here from the US. But I am going to do a video about the visitor's visa. I am also going to do a video about the student's visa, because these visas are different. They are different categories. And at this forum, I've talked about the green card, but I am going to go there and I am going to talk about it so that you can understand. But for you to come to the US as a visitor, you have to be invited. It can be school graduations. Oh my gosh, graduations are they are the in thing, because when you're graduating, even you know, when kids graduate here in Form 4, that's a big thing. It's a big graduation. You should have seen my son's graduation when she was in Form 4. People in Kenya were asking me, did he go to university? No. When you graduate in Form 4 here, it's a big thing. You have that cape, the graduation cape. There's a party, and it's a big thing. So there are those graduations. So if you have someone, they have a child who is graduating the Form 4, they have a child who is graduating from the university or from a college, that's a big thing. If they send you a letter from the school and you go with it to the embassy, you are most likely to get a visa. I'm not going to say 100%, because the first time my mom did not get it, but the second time when I invited her for my graduation, she got it. And like I said, she didn't go for medical before the interview. She went for the interview first. After she had gone for the interview, then is when she went for her medical. Actually, they told her to go and do some vaccines. Yeah, they went and told her to do some vaccines, and that was it. So that's what she did. So that's all that I can say for now. But I am going to look on that, and I'm going to talk about that topic. So again, Charities Bubble USA, you are #1 channel. 100 subscribers. That's a milestone, and thank you for supporting me. Let me see if I have another question here. So, thank you so much for the wonderful message. This is Kabagala Herman. I was born in 1987, but my passport shows 1989. Can this lead to denial of a visa? Now, those are two different dates. Now, let me tell you, here in the US, the date of birth is very important. The date of birth is very, very important, and you have to show like the date of birth is current. It's current. So this one you have to have your passport corrected. You have to have your passport corrected. If it is not corrected, it's gonna give you trouble. So please have your passport corrected, because you cannot have two dates of birth. The first thing that you go to any office in the US, doctor's office, the pharmacy, any office, even if you are going to do to get your driver's license, date of birth. Date of birth is very important. So please have your passport date corrected. So that one you have to have it corrected. That's very important. So I talked about the photo here. I talked about the affidavit. I talked about that. Okay, Sarah Hilda. It's me, Sarah, here in China. My question is, if I have included my kids and stepkids, is it a must that I should have travel with them at once? No, you don't have to travel with them at once. Basically, what you can do is that you can, at the date of your interview, you can request them and ask them. And of course, I think in your DS-260, there's a question that asks, are you planning to travel with the whole of your family? So we let them know, I want to travel, and then they can follow me later. But remember, the first applicant must enter US first, or she can enter with the family. Now, if you plan for them to travel later, make sure that it's within 6 months, because the visa that they're going to give you is for 6 months. So they have to be in the US before that visa expires. So you can travel separately, it's okay. You have to let them know that you're traveling separately, and they are keen on dates. They're keen on dates. Like I told you that the Americans are keen on time. They're keen on dates. So make sure that you tell them, I want them to travel at this time. And because even of financial, it's a lot of money to travel. So you can let them know. Just be upfront, honest, tell them, and then there should be no problem as long as you come and get them. Make sure that you come and get them. Don't forget about your family. I know that there's some people who just forget about their family, and oh my gosh, it just breaks my heart. So Elijah Kipkemboi Chariot is saying, congratulations, Charity, tuned here in Nakuru. Thank you for that. Thanks for the health issue and the green card application. So yeah, don't leave your family members. It's very important to have everybody included. And I felt like I always talk about families, because you know, it's sad when someone comes here. I've seen, people come here and you know that you have a family, especially, and you are a man or you are a woman. You have a family and you leave them back there because you didn't put them on your green card, and you're here enjoying life with other people. Because US is US. Let nobody lie to you that US, that there is so many problems. Here you only need to work. If you go to work, you get the money. And then someone comes here, they have a family, maybe they have a wife. I know there's a person who had come here, they had left their wife and kids, and they forgot about them, and they came here and married other people. Like, really? How do you do that? So please include your family members when you're doing your application. That's very, very important for you to do. And there's one thing that I know, it's only that Kenyans, we don't know the law very well. We don't know the law very well. But if I was me, Charity, and my husband left me in Kenya, and came to the US with a green card, and they forgot about me, and I was legally married to that husband of mine, believe me, I would go to the American embassy and tell on him. Because why did he leave me behind? When you get married, you make a vow to that person, for better or for worse. So even for better going to the US, I should be included. So if you have been left there and you're suffering in Kenya, and your husband left you there, and you have a marriage certificate showing that you are married to that person, and they came here with a green card, and they are married to other people, if you go to the American embassy, the chance of that person getting US citizenship is 0. They will not get it. Because you have a legal document showing that you are in the US, and they lied in the application that they were not married. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout. Learn this. That's why I'm telling you, you have to be able to learn and get educated. Do not be left there, because you know the African way, the men are superior, and we are not going to deny that. And I am not against anybody here when I'm talking about that. But it breaks my heart if someone would come here by himself and leave kids suffering in Kenya and the wife suffering in Kenya, and they had been legally married. So even if you're not legally married, you have that traditional one. It's the high time that you started legalizing your marriage, because a legal marriage is recognized even in Kenya. If you go to court and someone wants to leave you, or they want to they want to marry other people, and you have a marriage certificate, that marriage certificate has the power to stop the marriage. That marriage certificate has the power even to go to court and have his salary attached or cut into half so that he can take care of his children. We have to make every parent accountable. So that's why I'm saying include your family members in your application. Include your family members in your application. So if you are there, out there, and you are left with the kids, and your husband doesn't pick up the phone anymore, they do that. And you know, I talk good things and bad things about Kenya, because all of us are Kenyans. I came from Kenya. Most of my adult life I was in Kenya. And I knew people who had been left by their husbands and they came to the US. And they forgot about them completely. So if you had a marriage certificate and your spouse, let me say your spouse, so because it can be the wife. Even women are filling out the green card and disappearing. I saw another story online about a lady who had disappeared with the kids, and the man was looking for her. And you have a marriage certificate, huh? That marriage certificate, if you go and book for an interview in the embassy, and you tell them this was my husband, they abandoned me. It's called abandonment. They abandoned me here, and they went with a green card, and they are not helping me. That person is not going to get it. They will not be followed because they are a permanent resident, but they will fill out for citizenship, or they will fill out after 10 years. They will fill out for their permanent residency to be renewed. If there is that clause that they abandon their parents, their family, they are not going to get it. Getting a permanent residency doesn't mean that you will become a US citizen, no, or it will be renewed, no. It doesn't mean that. These people follow the law. If you have a family, they believe that you have a responsibility to take care of it. You see that thing whereby men, they just go and they have like 100 children. Even these cases whereby we even see even pastors, they are coming on social media whereby they don't want to take care of kids that they have sired outside their marriage. And they are saying, like I saw this one, I read it, this is my opinion, but it's not my opinion, but I read it online. This person was saying that they can only afford 10,000 shillings for support because they depend on charity, and that child does not need Wi-Fi or whatever. Now that one doesn't happen here. So if you have been abandoned out there, and you have a marriage certificate, you have it. It shows that before that person applied for the green card, you were married, and you have children whose birth certificate has his name, and they do not communicate or they do not say anything. If you go and report them, that person, when they go to apply for their to apply for their permanent residency to be renewed, it goes for 10 years, and you have to renew it after 10 years. And then if you don't want to renew your permanent residency, then you can apply for citizenship. They will not get it. It's not a must to become a citizen because you have become a permanent resident for 10 years. No. They want to make sure that the people that they are admitting, they want everybody to enjoy. They do not want you to leave your family back there, abandon them, and come and get married to other people here and forget about them. No. That is not US. Like I said, US is a superpower, and they do the right thing. So if you have been abandoned there and you have that marriage certificate, and your kids' name are in the name of one of the spouse, be it a woman or a man who has left them, go report them, and you see they will come back to Kenya. They will come back to Kenya to find you. So that's just my own. That's just my own view, because I believe when you get married, you have to commit. You have to show up and commit for your family. Let me see if there's another one. I talked about the kids. Let me see about this one. I talked about that one. Let me see this one. Okay. Selsa Muishen, can parents apply for a green card also so as to increase the chances of their children winning a green card, even though they themselves do not have interest in migrating? Now, you cannot, if you want your kids to go to the US, you have to be with them because your kids are minors. So there is no way that you're going to apply the green card and you want to increase the chances of your children winning green card and you do not want to migrate, because your children cannot go to the US without you, because you are their legal guardian before. Actually, it's before below 21, because you can apply for your child below 21 years old. So when you're applying the green card, you have to have the mind that if you get it, when you get it, you are going to go to the US as the whole family. You can also decide that you don't want to go. Winning the green card, they don't force you to come to the US. It's upon you. And if you process it, and you want to come, then you can come. So what I would do if I don't want to live in the US, there's some people who come, they live here, they take care of their kids grow up, and when their kids are adults, then if they want to go back home, they don't ask if you want to go back home. It's okay. It depends on you. So Judy Rami, I'm late but following up as usual. Congratulations for the 1,000 subscribers. More coming, more love from Trevor. So thank you, Judy Rami. She's always there on my live session. VLD Bazaar, how much do you need money for 5 persons? Now, roughly as the whole process, from the time that we got the passport, we start applying for the passport, because we applied for the passport when we got the letter, the notification to go for our medical interview. From that time up to the time we came to the US, roughly we spent 800,000 to 1 million Kenyan shillings. That's what we spent, like everything, transport, whatever, all that thing. Roughly it came to that amount. That is plane ticket, interviews, and all the passports that we had to get. We went roughly from 800 to 1 million. Kenya Marekani, awesome. We are here. A friend of I did a live show with him on his platform, and I think we connected. Thank you for joining me. How do I stop Agnes Nyawera? Thank you for joining us. How do I stop my husband who wants to abandon me to come and apply for asylum for coming here in the US? He's coming in this November. We are married and have kids, and I am a housewife and I am stressed. Now, why is your husband coming here? I am talking about green card. Now, this one is coming for asylum. Now, has he said that he is married, or is he saying that he is single? Because if he's saying that he is single, there is no way that he is married and he is single. There is no way. If he is coming here to apply for asylum, then he has to be married. So you have to look at that. You must have a marriage certificate. So make sure that you have all the documentation, and when you have the documentation, then you can stand up and say that this is my husband, because without the documentation, nobody is going to listen to you. So you must have I hope you have the documentation. If you have the documentation, then and you are sure that your husband wants to abandon you, because abandonment, myself, I don't advocate for people to be abandoned in Kenya and their spouses are coming here and forget about them. I don't advocate on that. So if you have your marriage certificate, then you can go and you can go to the embassy and say that they want to abandon you. Maybe they have filed that they are single. They should not. If you're married, you're married. There is no way that there are other places that you will be saying that you're single. It's like cheating. You know, when you're cheating and you don't want that pango account, or that what do you call them? I don't know, slay queens. Yeah, you don't want them to know that they are that you're married. Most men tend to remove their ring, their wedding ring. They take it down so that they are single. Or if it's a woman, they take down the wedding ring so that they are seeing that they are single, so that they don't see. Now that's a bad habit. So if you have the marriage certificate, then I think, if I were you, then I would contest. I don't want to be abandoned by my husband with kids. Nobody wants that. And it's good to talk the real life, because that is reality. For me, that's reality. So if you have the marriage certificate, then you can do that. So Dalo Damini, with a green card, can one immediately obtain funding if they are interested in enrolling master's degrees at universities? And how is job security for someone with a minimum higher education? Now, when you win a green card and you come here, if you want to go to school as a permanent resident, you will get you qualify for student loans and student grants. You apply for a federal student loan, you get it, and in the student loan you get two types of loans. There is there's one called subsidized, and the other one that is called unsubsidized. Those ones, there's one that you have to pay interest, another one that you don't pay interest, and there's something else called a grant. A grant is free money that you get from the government that you do not have to return. Now, what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I did, Nalo Dlamini. I came here when I went to school. I applied for the federal student loan. I got the grant. Now, the grant is free money from the government. That is what I used to go to school. So even if I had to look for a little bit of student loan, I just used a little bit because I was able to utilize my grant to pay for my school fees and to pay for my for my books. Now, that is different from the international students. International students do not get that. But when you're a permanent resident and you came here with a green card, like I said, you will be able to enjoy life here as a citizen. The only thing that you cannot do is vote. So me, as a permanent resident, I got the loan, I got the grant, I went to school with the grant. And even if I got a little bit of the loan when I went to do, when I went into the program, I just had a little bit. So I was able to go to school. So that if you come here with a green card, you will not be worried about fees when you're going to school. Minimum education, there are jobs everywhere. Even when you go outside here, outside my house, and you walk a few blocks, you'll find they're hiring everywhere. So you will get a job. So don't worry. Minimum higher education, as long as you have a green card, you go. There are some that you require to be trained maybe for a month. If you want to go and work in healthcare, become a CNA, 1 month, you get a job, you get minimum pay, you get $11, $12, $13, and you're good to go. So that is a very, very important question on that. Let's see. I have documentation. He already has a visitor visa. Who can I contact here in Kenya or in the US? What am I worried about are the kids. Now, your husband is coming here as a visitor. Now, if they are coming here as a visitor, they are there's a limit. The visitor's visa is only 5 years, and if they come here as a visitor, they are not allowed to work. So maybe they are just coming here to visit a friend, and they go back home. They go back home. So a visitor's visa is very different because a visitor's visa has a limit. And actually, when they give you a visitor's visa, they don't expect you to come here and stay for 5 years without going back home. For you to make it current, you have to come, you go back, you come to go back. So that one, if you are in good agreement with your husband and they have a visitor's visa, they're only coming here to visit. They are not. That is not permanent. That is not permanent. That one they have only been given for a short time, for 5 years, and then they go back home. So that is what happens with that one. So if it's a visitor, I don't think you should worry much because that's limited, and they are just coming to visit. That is what I think. They are coming here to visit and then they can go back. So that's not a permanent one. That's just a visitor. Maybe they are coming to visit someone here and then they will go back home. They will go back home. So understood. Thank you. Teresia, tell us how to qualify for work with work experience if one do not have high school education, e.g. carpenter, dressmaking, and mechanics. I talked about that website, o.net, and I have talked about minimum work experience. If you go back to my videos, and it will explain to you. When you go to that website, if you're a carpenter, you just type your description of work. When you type your description of, I think I should do a live here maybe on Monday about that. I'll prepare on that and then I can do another live here because that was. But if you watch that video, you still get that information. You type, if you are a carpenter, if you type the word carpenter and you click go, it brings out all the details of what a carpenter does, or a dressmaker, even a hairdresser. I explained about the hairdresser, the mechanic. And then you will know the job category. So that job category is what you will put there. And if it's a carpenter, maybe you went to vocational college, you put it there. So that's a good question. So work experience, there is that website. Or it's a dot, but actually it's not a dot. It's an asterisk net. That website, they talk more about work experience. Agnes Nyawera, send an email to the consular. Yes, you can do that. You can do that and let them know, especially if they have filed that they are single and you are married. You know, do not be left to be. You know, this is not the era that women were just pushed to the corner, or families were pushed to the corner because the man wants to do whatever they want, or maybe the woman wants to push the family to the corner because they want to do what they want. No, when you get married, you commit. You commit. There is no way that you're going to say that you're single. If you're going there, that if he filed that he was married and he's going there as a visitor, that's okay. But if he filed that he was single, if he filed that he was single, then I don't know. That's not honest enough for me. I like to be open. I come here and I tell you the true things. I'm not gonna come here and sugarcoat anything. If you're married, you're married. Even if you're going to the US as a visitor, you're married. You're married. Period. You cannot say that you're not married. You're married. So I would pursue. I don't want to be left in Kenya. You know, I don't want to be left in Kenya by myself. No, that's not good. Okay, I'm not clear. Please, how much dollars? I talked about in Kenyan shillings. Now, in dollars, it would be like $10,000. That's $1 million. $10,000, and it could be high because I don't know how much the dollar is trending right now. I know in shillings it's over 100 shillings. So it would be close to, but that is if you are a whole family. One person would be like maybe like 200,000 maybe. Yeah, it would be like 200,000. That would be enough for everything. For everything, like from day one when you started to do when you found out that you won, it could go to 200,000 for one person. Vlad Brazil is from Sri Lanka. Oh wow, Sri Lanka. So that was, so kindly share your WhatsApp number. I'll send you a link to join the WhatsApp group. Normally, and I like to be honest here, when I am talking, I am not able to like do the whatever, but I'll send you the link here in a little bit. As soon as I end of the live, the comment that I will pin on top will have my WhatsApp link, and it will have my my everything. Let me say my everything. You will see it there. It will be there. Okay. Thank you very much, BLD Bazaar. So 1 hour 15 minutes 56 seconds. 30 people watching. Thank you for joining me. So I don't know who else I haven't asked a question. Let me see if I have left anybody. I'm trying to scroll here through these questions to see if I have left anybody. And I thank you just for like joining me and just for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. My heart is full. My heart is full. And cheers, you know, they say cheers. I have a glass of water here. I can say cheers. Can you see my glass of here it is. I can say cheers. I have a glass of water here. So thank you for joining me. So I'm gonna end this live session. It's been 1 hour 16 minutes 49 seconds. And any more questions, please put them on the comment section. Put them on my WhatsApp group. I am going to answer questions. Even if you want to send me a private message, my Facebook, if you go to Facebook and you type Charity Nganga, you will find me there. You can send me a message. Charities Bible Funds, I have that page for my fans. You can send me a message there. I will see it. I will see your message and I will be able to answer your questions. Now go to my WhatsApp group and type a question there. And when you go to my, now this is homework that I am giving you. I need you to do something before you get to my number. Go join to my WhatsApp group, and then there you will see my number there, and you can be able to text me privately. And please text me something that is involved about the green card or anything that is involved with coming to the US, because I have been receiving messages that I am like, oh my gosh. So please stay on the topic. Do not go outside, whatever. So Njoki Francis, I love your videos. Good information from Mombasa. Agnes Nyawera, thank you for your help. So I see like so many people. Nzioma, let me read this name. Nyonzima Alex. Everybody from everywhere, I know that you have been watching me. So I'm going to end this session at in 1 minute. So if you have a quick question, ask me before I go. And thank you for helping me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I don't even know what I can. If you were near me, I would just throw you a party and we would celebrate. So help me reach 5,000, and we keep on going until we get there. So thank you for watching me. Keep the questions coming. Keep it Charities Bubble USA, your #1 channel, and I will see you soon. And have a good night, and God bless you, and stay safe. So thank you, thank you, thank you.